And we begin with Sky 5 giving us a beautiful live look at the federal courthouse in downtown Nashville, the site of a hearing today regarding Kilmar Abrego Garcia. His case has become a big part of the ongoing national debate over immigration. And the looming question for that case is, will he go to trial or not? Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Rory Johnston. Carrie is on assignment. Kilmar Abrego Garcia returned to Nashville and walked into that building for one of his most consequential hearings to date. The El Salvador man, once wrongfully deported, is charged with human smuggling here in Tennessee. His attorneys argue he's a victim of vindictive prosecution. That's a serious claim that could result in the dismissal of those charges. News Channel 5 investigates. Levi Ismail was at that hearing in the courtroom, been following this case from the beginning. And the big thing is, what did they have to say today, Levi?
Well, first off, it was what we saw this morning. This was the first time we saw Kilmar Abrego Garcia walking into the courtroom with family and not in some form of custody. Meanwhile, his attorneys made their case for why the court should drop his Tennessee charges linked to a 2022 THP traffic stop. Today's hearing had little to do with what we've seen in footage from that day and much more about communications between prosecutors and the Department of Justice. Defense attorneys argued that U.S. Attorney Robert McGuire, who took the stand this morning, was pressured by the Trump administration to pursue an indictment after the U.S. Supreme Court forced them to return Abrego Garcia from an El Salvador prison. McGuire said he first learned about Abrego Garcia in April of last year and was sent an email by a DOJ employee claiming he already had a witness willing to testify that Abrego Garcia was part of a human smuggling operation. Defense attorneys shared emails where that same DOJ employee asked for details about possible charges and a timeline on when to expect those charges be filed. He also reminded McGuire that the case is, quote, a high priority for us. McGuire said it's not clear who us was referring to or if their communication was shared with anyone in the Trump administration, but he was adamant that the decision to pursue an indictment was his alone. A spokesperson on behalf of Abrego Garcia said, what we should all remember is Abrego Garcia is still innocent until proven guilty.
Obviously, we heard many times over the past year, Kilmar will never walk a free man in this country ever again, right? And what happened today? Kilmar walked inside of that courtroom a free man, and Kilmar is walking out of that courtroom a free man. And it is because of the fight, the continuous fight that we've been pushing for almost a year now.
Attorneys now have no more than 30 days to file briefings before U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw rules on if this was vindictive prosecution, which may require dismissing the human smuggling charges. Crenshaw has already ruled that there was, quote, a realistic likelihood that Abrego Garcia was the target of that vindictive prosecution. Abrego Garcia has pleaded not guilty and remains out on bail pending trial. With News Channel 5 Investigates, I'm Levi Ismail.